All right, we are live on YouTube and also simulcasting live on Facebook. Welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, the late night with Coach Eli edition. Glad you could all join me here this late night, or if you're watching this on the replay, that is great as well. All of my streams have great replay value, so if you missed the live, you can still watch the show and engage by making comments in the comments section below, whether you're on YouTube or Facebook, and I'll get back to you with my replies as soon as possible. Before we get started, let me just make sure that the notification has gone out on the YouTube side of things, and it has. And let me check out the back end of YouTube and make sure that that is rolling smoothly, as always. And yes, it is. And just to ensure Facebook is rolling well, I'm going to step on over there for a second on my beautiful iPhone 12 Pro Max. And yeah, I'm on the front of the newsfeed. That's great. Step over there for a second on my beautiful iPhone 12 Pro Max. I love that picture-in-picture, right? All right, we're looking good. We're looking good. Welcome to the show, everyone. Welcome to the show. I don't plan on being on too terribly long tonight, probably 45 minutes to an hour max. There isn't a whole lot to say, but there are some things I want to talk about here. And I wasn't going to go live today. I was going to take the rest of the day off, even though earlier this morning I did a live stream to promote another live stream I was on after I went live on Lewis Fuller's channel. He's a moderator here on my channel and somebody well known through many of my communities I participate in out here on YouTube, on the YouTube side of things. And after I was on Lewis's stream, and before that I did an hour stream myself, I was just feeling a little bit exhausted, even though I got some decent sleep the night before. So I went and took another nap. I got some rest. And when I got up later in the afternoon yesterday, I just said, okay, I'm taking the rest of the night off, just going to relax. But then I just started thinking about things, and I'm like, look, after what happened yesterday on Lewis Fuller's stream, I want to talk about this to raise awareness to the people that are a part of my community and would like to continue being a part of my community. Hey, Muttnuts World, how you doing? It's 3 a.m. in the morning, 3:10 a.m. where you're at. Thank you for being here. You can mod the chat in case we get some pesky trolls, right, Mutt? Hey, Eli and everyone here listening and paying some bills. Great, Mutt. I'm surprised to see you here. But as always, you know, you're one of my top mods. You're always welcome here. And I'm going to share some great information. And please feel free to ask any questions in the chat, whether you're on the Facebook side of things or the YouTube side of things. I'll be periodically checking over on Facebook. I don't really think there's going to be that much engagement on Facebook this time of the night, but I'll be checking back and forth periodically. Or like I said, if you're on Facebook and you watch this replay, please make comments in the comments section, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Excuse me, I'm a little thirsty. All right. So let me just go ahead and do this. Let me read the title of the stream here, and we'll get right to it. Your participation with me depends on you watching this. You must starve the trolls. One more time. Your future participation with me depends on watching this. You must starve the trolls. Now, what do I mean by saying your future participation with me, depends on watching this? It means that I take my associations with people very seriously. And whether it's on YouTube, on another platform, on social media, or in my real life, I want to work and collaborate with and be friends with good, honest, genuine, down-to-earth, reasonable, and decent people. And if that's not who you are, then honestly, I don't want to be a part of your mess, and I don't want you bringing your mess over here in my neck of the woods. Now, I understand this very clearly, and many of you may be asking, Eli, isn't this feeding into them again? Maybe it is, right? But again, I really feel like I don't have a choice because the problem is not me. The problem is not me. I'm very well aware of what's going on and what trolls and haters do to try to, get to you and destroy, whatever they're trying to destroy of you, right? I get that. It's not me. It's the people that follow me that may not be as well versed regarding this as I am. And I want to raise that awareness here tonight and give people the opportunity that are a part of my YouTube channel and Facebook network and just personal or business network, period, the opportunity to understand what's going on and whether you want to continue participating or not. And in order to continue participating, you're going to have to do something. And I'm going to share with you what that is. I mean, I put it in the title. You're going to have to starve the trolls. And I know for some of you out there, this is very difficult to do. But if you're not able to do it, unfortunately, I'm going to have to remove you and let you go until you figure that out, because I don't want any leaks back into trolling and drama. I'm done with this. I'm here to run a professional channel and a professional business and help people at a professional level. So let me do this. Let me just get to the chat here. And as the show goes on, I'll share more about what's on my mind and what this entails. James Pink's in the house. I don't know if you're here still, James. He says he said this about a half an hour before I went live. Hi, Eli. Will starving them of content work? I think it depends on the time period. No, it doesn't depend on that, bro. This is what it depends on. Let me tell you exactly what it depends on. Like I mentioned a second ago, James, and everybody else, okay? I've been trolled for 4 years out here on YouTube between a former channel I used to run and this channel that I've been running for over 2 years now. I understand how trolling works. I know what the trolls are doing and why they're doing it, how they're doing it, right? And I also know how to stop it, right? On my channel here, I've taken preventative measures. I've used the YouTube block words list in YouTube Studio, and I've also installed Nightbot with block words, and I have Nightbot security helping the moderators mod the chat. That's why, you still see a little bit of trolling in my chats, but it's not as bad as it is on other channels. For example, when I was on Lewis Fuller's stream yesterday, after I did my morning stream to promote his stream, all my trolls and haters attacked his channel. I expected that. And because I expected that, and because Lewis Fuller and I are very good friends, and we've gotten to know each other very well, I'm a mod on his channel, he's a mod on mine. He's been trolled before, and we talked before the show, and he told me, Eli, if any trolls come in, just ban them. I got your back, Eli. Don't worry about it. It's not going to affect our friendship. I know what these people are doing. Just get rid of them. He basically said, F the trolls, right? And I was like, thank you, Lewis. This is something I've been trying to get many other people I've tried to collaborate with in the past in the same way understand. Other live stream panels over the last few years that I've been on, I was attacked in the same exact ways by the same group, which is run by a guy named Jamie, who runs the Liking Theory channel. Well, we're going to talk about him. We're going to talk about you one last time, Jamie, and then that's it. That's it, because my audience here tonight, or if you watch this on the replay in the morning, later on in the morning, or sometime this week, you're going to have an option. You're going to have one or two options. And we'll get to that in just a little bit. But here's the thing. I know exactly, James, what, Jamie's MO is. Okay? I know why he does what he does and how he does it. I know how to protect myself from it. But what happens when a guy like Jamie can no longer get to a guy like me that he's trying to get to? He's trying to destroy my business. He's trying to get me shut down off of YouTube, right? But he knows I've got great protection. I don't violate the guidelines, etc., right? What happens when he can no longer get to me? What does a troll do? Let's talk about the psychology of a troll. And the psychology of Jamie from the Liking Theory channel. What does he do, or what do trolls do when they can no longer get to the person they're trolling? they go and attack everyone that the person they were initially trolling cares for, right? Anyone and everyone I care for on YouTube and off of YouTube, right? They attack any channel that I go on as a live guest. They troll the chat. And in the past, when I banned them, they've reached out to the channel owner and said, hey, I was just here to follow your content. And, Eli kept banning me. He banned me for no reason. No, I banned you for a good reason, right? But these creators that I was guests on their live stream panels back in those days, they didn't know me as well as I got to know Lewis and some other people lately. So they basically believed the trolls. And instead of them removing the actual trolls, the trolls were able to manipulate them because they come in a group of 50 or 100 people. They raid the chat, right? Jamie, like in theory, goes in this Discord and, tells all his minions, Eli's going to be here. Let's go here and raid this chat. Let's make his life miserable, right? Right? But these new content creators in the past that I was on their live stream panels, they didn't know me as well. So they took the word of the trolls. Plus, the trolls would send them clips of streams I used to be on that I had some, less than favorable moments, right? We've all had those, right? That's what these people do, right? And see, it takes time to troll someone as hard as they trolled me, for example, right? Like any normal grown human being would not have the time to troll at this level. So obviously, guys like Jamie, this is what they do 24/7, right? This is his job per se, right? This is what his purpose is. Because here's the thing, James, any normal, grown, mature, mid-30s adult like Jamie would not be behaving this way if they had something else going for them. If Jamie had a successful graphics designing business where he was making a couple $100,000 a year doing designs and using YouTube to promote his designs, he would not be doing this. But because he's not able to successfully run his graphics design business, he has to settle for this. At least that's what he thinks he has to settle for, right? So the bottom line, James, it's not about, it doesn't depend on the time period. It depends on the people that are supporting or friends with of the original person being trolled. Again, for example, they're trolling me. They're not trolling my people. They're trolling me. And because I've blocked them out, they can't get to me. They follow me on other channels where they haven't been blocked yet, and they attack that channel with the hopes that it's going to irritate the channel owner to say, Eli, you're bringing drama onto my channel. I don't want this. Eli, what have you done? I haven't done anything. These are just hateful people that are just trolling. And you can either ban them and we can move on, or, hey, if you don't believe me or trust me, then I'll just leave your panel and I'll go find someone that really wants to work with me, right? So this is not about me not feeding into it. This is about the people that associate with me being aware and blocking it out and starving them in the ways that I have been doing and will be going back to doing after this show ends. Harold's Random Videos. Hey, how you doing, Harold? Long time no see. I see your channel's doing quite well, bro. Thank you for stopping by. Bruce is in the house. Hey, Bruce, how you doing? Welcome to the show. Once again, Mutt Nuts World is here with the Mod Wrench. Hey, Eli and everyone here listening and paying some bills. Awesome. Let's see. Let's see. The time is now. Hey, chat. Hello, Sock Account. The time is now. Bruce Carpel says, I respect that. What do you respect, Bruce? Be more specific, bro. Isn't the troll an unknown person? Yes, it is. Well, trolls can be known and unknown. You got to understand, some trolls are anonymous, and some trolls, like Jamie, show their face and use their name. You don't have to necessarily be anonymous to be a troll. Most of the people that troll from Jamie's side use their real name. And when they gang mob attack other people's chats and I'm a guest on their live stream panels, That's not trolling. What would you call that? What would you call that? Harold's Random Videos. How's your night? Going quite well, bro. How you doing? Welcome to the show. American Dream 1.5. Thank you for being here. I'm glad you're here, Dream, because I'm going to address you on a few things. And I love you like a brother, but I got to be real with you. Because I love you like a brother, dude. I did send you a text yesterday. I didn't hear back from you, but I'm sure you're busy. But anyway, Dream, I'm going to address you on something because I'm trying to help you, bro. I'm seriously trying to help you. And I'm hoping you can understand what I'm going to say. I'm going to more so address part of this show to you, but this goes for anyone. So, welcome to the show, Dream. We'll get to that in a second. Muttnuts World says, hey, Dream. The time is now. I think a lot of them are that one person. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We don't have to specify any one person, bro. The truth of the matter is, this is a group that is led by a 35-year-old millennial named Jamie, who runs the Lichen Theory and Punksthetic channel, and is getting paid $4,000 per month by a fake sponsor that runs a fake caregiving business to basically go around YouTube all day, every day, stir up the drama pot, and then cater that content to an audience of people that are exactly like him. Why do people even support, Jamie? Why? Because like attracts like, right? I see these people going on other people's channels in their chats saying, hashtag Lichen Legion, hashtag Lichen Theory, hashtag Jamie is the best. All right. Hey, that's on you, right? Whoever you want to support is on you. But from what I've learned and know about like is like attracts like. So the reason why these people support him and they go to his channels when he goes and instigates drama all over YouTube, then presents it on his live streams, is because these people are just like him. They're very sick people. I'm not kidding you. This is no joke. I'm not trying to attack or harm anybody. These are very mentally and emotionally sick people. They're very mentally and emotionally unstable because any normal grown adult in their 20s, 30s, 40s, and 50s that's mature and responsible and decent and reasonable would not behave this way. I mean, think about it. Ask yourself that, right? So obviously, Jamie built an audience of like-minded people that are weak-minded and insecure like him and mentally and emotionally unstable like him. And all these people just do not love themselves. They lack self-love. They lack self-confidence. They lack self-worth. That's just the truth. I'm not here to attack. I'm here to state the facts, right? And if the audience here on my end wants to be more positive and act more our age and be more mature, well, why would we want to associate with these people in any way, shape, or form? Why? Why would we want to associate with them? I mean, see, Dream, here's the problem. You're like I used to be, and I'm still this way, but I've learned to let it go. You feel deep in your heart that there's some way or something you may be able to do to get through to these people to be better people. The answer is that's not possible, Dream. And I'm going to share with you why here in just a little bit, okay? But let's see here. Let me go down here and see what's going on. Hi, Muttnuts. I pray you are great, says Dream. Muttnuts says, I am good, Dream. Dream has the pray emoji. American Dream with a $2 super sticker. Dream. I appreciate it, bro. You don't need to donate, bro. Bro, listen, I want to help you, bro. And I want to help everyone get on the right page and get past all of this stupid, nonsensical trolling. There's only one way to move past it and better ourselves. But thank you for the $2 super sticker. I appreciate it. American Dream 1.5 says, Coach Eli, those people are just a JV team. You are legit. Well, I appreciate it, Dream. And I think you're legit too, Dream. And I think you're on the right side of things. I appreciate that. But there are some things that you're still doing, in my opinion, that I used to do that are hurting you more than helping you. And I know your intentions are to try to do the right thing, which is why you're doing them. But I'm here to let you know that it's not going to get you anywhere. And I'm going to share in great detail and give you a great analogy, Dream, in just a little bit. I'm going to go through the chat, answer some more questions, and take a quick break. And then I'm going to come back and and give you the rattlesnake analogy, Dream, and everyone else. I'm going to give you folks the rattlesnake analogy. And hopefully that'll get through to you folks. I've been thinking about this. I thought about this for a few hours before I went live. I'm going to talk about the rattlesnake analogy, right? Thank you, Coach, says Dream. You're welcome, Dream. Harold's written videos. All I need is watch time hours. Yeah, you're still not monetized, huh, bro? I've been monetized for well over a year. Harold, why don't you run some live stream panels and invite us on your panels, and I'll get you the watch time. I keep telling people that have over 1,000 subscribers and still have not reached 4,000 watch hours. Live stream with some panels with some good trusted people. Run 2 or 3 or 4 2-hour or 3-hour long live streams each week. Find a way to do it and get a panel on and engage your audience and keep them there. You'll get that watch time in 1 to 2 months. That's the way to do it, bro. Unless you get lucky and create a viral video that's going to get you 100,000 or 200,000 views, then you'll get 4,000 hours of watch time in one video. But that's very hard to do as a small YouTuber. Very hard to do. So let me know, Harold. And Harold, if you want to send me an email at Coach Eli at coacheli@melas.com, I'll help you out, bro. And if we talk behind the scenes, I'll help you out free of charge. I want to collaborate with you. If we talk behind the scenes, I'll moderate you here on this channel. I think you used to be modded in the past, but I made some changes because I hadn't seen some people in a while. I'll remod you and I'll help you and we'll make it happen. But Harold, there's only one way it's going to happen. You got to take action and email me. I'm not begging you to email me. I'm not forcing anyone to do anything. I'm going to move forward with or without you. I'd rather move forward with you and a bunch of other great people. Take that step. Email me, Coach Eli at coacheli@melas.com, and I'll help you get monetized. I've said that to many people. That's all we got to do. Work together. You'll get monetized. It'll be simple, right? James Pink says, I've watched a few of his streams. He's really got no content other than instigating his minions to troll. You're right, Pink. You're right. The odd thing is he has a small number of followers who troll 24/7. Well, he's one of them. You know why? Because Jamie basically lives off of, off of daddy, which is I'm getting distracted. I got a message behind the scenes. Jamie lives off his daddy, Wise Night Owl, who runs Texas Caregiver, the fake caregiving company, paying him $4K per month, which is 80% of his income, to sit in his home all day and rot, not shower for weeks, and troll people on the internet all day, every day. Let me tell you something, James. There's no way someone or a group of people like this could do what they do 24/7 if there wasn't one person running it and if they weren't getting paid a large amount of money to do it. You understand what I'm saying? So who's the real culprit here? It's not even really Jamie. It's his sponsor that came into a lot of money. His sponsor is a pathetic, unattractive man that's the same age as me and looks like he's 65. Like, I'm not trying to say I'm all that, but let me ask you guys, I'm not trying to show off. I'm 47 years old. Do I look my age? I'm not trying to show off. Jamie's sponsor is the same age as I am, 47 years old. He looks like he's 65. I've seen him on camera. No disrespect. So he probably is a single man. He's probably unhappy with himself, and he's probably just trying to entertain himself and having some control over something because he has no control over his life. And this is entertainment for him, right? This makes him feel better to pay a 35-year-old man to do this, right? With a pretend fake sponsorship. Bruce says, I look forward to this rattlesnake analogy. It's going to be good. It's going to be very good, Bruce. Stick around for that. That's good, says Harold. Dream says, rattlesnake analogy. And Harold's random videos says, I have a 20-hour playlist. Well, that's not going to help, Harold. With no disrespect to James Cox, who used to run the I'm a Creator community, he used to say, create a playlist and go and watch everyone's playlist. Who's going to do that, bro? You got to get genuine views. You got to get people genuinely interested in your content. One of the best ways to do that is live streaming. If we do 2, 3, or 4 live streams on your channel each week for 2 to 3 hours each day, and I promote it, and Mutt Nuts World promotes it, and American Dream promotes it, and we get you 20 or 30 people there that stick around for the entire hour or 2 or 3 hours, right? How quickly is your watch time going to rack up? And then people are going to get to know you because we invited them there and we all know each other and we're going to truly support you, Harold, right? And in no time, in 1 or 2 months, you'll have 4,000 watch hours and you'll qualify for monetization, right? I've done this myself many times. Oh my God. I just got a message behind the scenes. I'm not going to mention who it is, but somebody that supports me in the channel. It's not in the chat right now. His youngest has been involved in an accident and has to have an operation. Bro, God bless you. And your young one, I don't know if it's a male or a female. My thoughts and prayers are with you. Lots of things have been happening lately. People have been getting hurt. If it was on the road driving, folks, when you're out there driving, drive the speed limit. Don't drive erratically. Drive safely. Leave distance between, the car in front of you. Give yourself enough time to brake. If it's raining, drive slower. It's more slippery. If it's snowing, be more careful or don't drive at all. I saw what happened to Tiger Woods the other day, and he's fortunate to be alive, but he broke a couple legs, I believe, and did some other damage. Take care of yourselves, folks. Take care of yourselves, I'm telling you. Thank you, sir, behind the scenes for mentioning that and letting me know. My thoughts and prayers are with you and your family. Bruce says, Harold, make a channel intro if you have not already. Absolutely. But here's the thing, Bruce. I'm even noticing that channel intros are not going to sell people on your content. What's going to sell people on your content is you. And like I mentioned the other day, I'm canning the intro on my channel. No more intro. I'm getting right to it. It's your personality. It's who you are. It's how you speak, how you engage your audience. Are you boring or are you interesting, right? Look at what most people say about Jamie. Even Rogue Internet Man with 21K subs, almost 21K subs, has said this guy is like one of the most boring YouTubers to listen to, right? He is like a boring, monotone YouTuber. If you're like that, you're not going to be able to attract an audience for the right reasons. The only reason why Jamie has an audience is because he's attracted a bunch of like-minded, pathetic, immature, insecure, mentally and emotionally unstable people like him. But he's never going to grow past that, right? American Dream with the pray emoji. He's praying for you, sir, behind the scenes. Mutt Nuts World says, Tiger is saying he doesn't remember the crash that day and they moved him to a different hospital. That's right. I saw that today too, Mutt. Thank you for mentioning that. He does not recall the incident. What that's telling me, which is what I'm trying to say, is that I think he may even have some brain damage after this. I have a feeling that this accident that Tiger had is going to affect his brain from being able to remember or process things. It might affect his short-term memory or his long-term memory or both. Harold says, I have intros and all my videos. Harold, I'll make you a promise, brother. You email me at Coach Eli. If you email me at Coach Eli at coacheli.com, go to the description. You'll see my email. Let's connect on Google Hangouts. Let's talk on Google Hangouts for 20, 30 minutes. I'll help you out free of charge. I'll add you as a moderator to my channel. I'll put you into my private moderator chat with like 11 or 12 other moderators on Hangouts. And we'll help you get that watch time. You want to get somewhere, Harold? This is a group here that cares. We care more about you than just helping ourselves. We care about people genuinely. We want to all work together and grow equally. James Pink. He only survives because of his sponsor. His sub contributions are a joke, average between $10 to $30 for a 5-hour stream. Yep. Yeah, like I said, I figured this out, and even Jamie confirmed it on a stream. I said, at least 80% of Jamie's monthly revenue is coming from his fake caregiving sponsor, right? So that's $4,000 per month. Everything else he does all month, between t-shirt sales, merchandise, and donations, he probably makes another $1,000 per month, right? Now, if you're working YouTube as a side hustle, a side gig, and you're working another full-time job, making $1,000 in addition to what you're making, working a real regular job, would be an extra bonus. But if this guy didn't have his sponsor, he would only be making $1,000 per month. He would not be able to afford his mortgage, his car payment, his home insurance, his car insurance, his utilities, gas, electricity, water, sewer, food, right? All that, right? And then, going out and hanging out with people, right? His leisure stuff, right? Because I'm assuming his mortgage is probably about $900 or $1,000 per month. It's not more than $1,000 because he lives in a condo that's worth, I believe, a little less than $200K. 30-year mortgage, his payments are about $900 to $1,000 per month. So if he didn't have a sponsor, everything he makes would just be enough to barely pay his mortgage. He wouldn't be able to afford his car. He wouldn't be able to afford his utilities. He wouldn't be able to afford food and water to survive, right? Buy new clothes every now and then when his old clothing wears out, right? So that's the truth. You're right, James. You're absolutely right. And this is why I'm talking about it. I'm trying to get people to understand that this is his game. This is his MO. He's purposefully doing this. He is very well aware of what he's doing, right? And he does this to the T every day. This is what he does each and every day. This is what his sponsor is paying him for, right? I didn't know how well that does. I don't know how well that does. What are you talking about? I think Jamie invests in stocks as well, though. I've seen a video on crypto or whatever it's called. Maybe he has invested in some stocks. But how well have his stocks panned out, right? Now, seriously, if you look at his expenses are probably no more than $2,000 or $2,500 per month. And that includes going out, right? So if he's making $5K per month and he's spending $2,500, he can put $2,500 away in the bank. But here's another thing. This is what you folks are not seeing. And this is the thing that maybe Jamie has figured out. When you're self-employed, okay, taxes are different. You have to pay your own taxes, okay? You got to put money aside to pay your taxes, right? And here, on top of regular taxes in California, we have a 15% self-employment tax. The reason why that's there is because it offsets all the write-offs we have, right? So let's just look at it this way, okay? Let's say he's making $5,000 a month, right? 12 months times 5 is $60,000 per year, right? Okay. How much of that do you think goes to taxes? Now, if he invests some of that money, he can avoid paying taxes on some of that money. So I'm going to be conservative and say out of, even though I'm liberal, slight left, I'm going to be conservative for this example purpose, right? Out of that $60K per year that he makes, right? Let's say he pays $15,000 in taxes. That's 25%. That is very, very conservative, right? Thank you, Harold. You're going to email me soon. So if we subtract, $15K, we're looking at $45,000 is what he clears each year after paying taxes. Remember, when you're self-employed like I am, you pay taxes, the next tax period, once the year ends, like in 2020, in 2021, now tax season is coming, right? And I heard they're going to extend taxes again this year because of the pandemic. That's not a bad idea, right? But let's say that Jamie clears $45K per year, right? If we take $45K and we divide that by 12, we're looking at he's bringing home $3,750 per month. Now, that's still conservative. It's probably less. He probably pays more taxes. But again, I'm being conservative for this example purpose, right? And if his bills are $2,500 per month, that leaves him with $1,500 disposable income. That money should be getting invested into a 401k or some kind of, stock account. Some type of investment should be made with that money. And maybe it is. Maybe it's doing well. Maybe it's not. That's not the point. All I'm saying is that the only reason why he's able to do what he does each and every day out here is because he's making $4,000 per month from his sponsor. That's supposedly a caregiving company. And like Rogue Internet Man said on his stream, Texas Caregiver Support Services has a site that looks like it came from 1998. It's a pathetic site. It's an affiliate site. There's no information there on caregiving services. There's nothing there. It's a front. It's a front to funnel tax donations through. So Texas Caregiver pays less taxes due to his inheritance or any other investments he makes. There's a reason why he's doing this, and it all stems to paying less taxes. There's something fishy going on. Okay? So that is that. All right, let me check out Facebook real quick. Nobody's over on the Facebook side of things. So let me do this. Let me do this. Before I step away for a break, I'm going to go to my Coach Eli Classics channel. And like I said, during my breaks, I'm no longer going to play YouTube royalty-free music. I'm going to play some videos from the past. And I wasn't really prepared for this, but I can do it on the fly. So give me a second. I'm getting to that channel, and I'm going to set this up so you folks can watch a clip from my past channel while I'm on break. But which one am I going to play that I haven't played before? I did a stream on my past videos, reminiscing my past videos from my former channel several weeks ago. Check those out if you missed them. But let's see here. What do I want to play for you folks? And got so much running. It's taking a little while for this to load through YouTube. So just give me a second here. Give me a second here. Let's see. Wrestler Mania's in the house, getting ready for work, came in for Piccolo. Have a great stream. Thank you for stopping by, Wrestler Mania. Great to see you here. American Dream 1.5 says, hi, Wrestler Mania. Bruce says, hi, Wrestler. Wrestler says, hey, Bruce, how's it been going? How are things going for you, Jamie? How's it been going, man? It's great to see you. Thank you for being here. Okay. So what do I want to play? Let me see here. Let me see here. Let me see here. I want to find a good one here. Let me see here. Hey, American Dream says WrestleMania. My apologies, folks. I'll be more prepared for this the next time. I'd rather take a few more minutes here to find a good video to show you folks instead of playing that royalty-free YouTube music. Let me see here. Do-do-do-do. Oh, I got one here. I got one here. This is a video I did with my ex when she was my girlfriend. We did a video called My Girlfriend's Thoughts on MGTOW with Dana. How many of you want to see the beginning of that video while I'm on break? Oh, this is good. Let me switch over to the browser source here. I did not, hang on. Let me set up the chat here. I didn't have this set up. I'm sorry, folks. You can always do this stuff on the fly. Oh, boy. Give me a second here. Let's get the chat going here. All right, test. All right, let's turn off the window capture and let's turn on the video to review element. Eli's a master at YouTube and OBS, Open Broadcast Software. All right. All right. Here we go. Now, I'm not going to play the intro music because I haven't set up. I have a license to use the music I used to use in my former channel, but I haven't set it up for the Grip on Life channel, so I'm just going to forward through it. Okay, here we go. All right, folks. I'm going to step away for a 5 to 7 or 8 minute break. Oops. Give me a second here. All right. So I'm going to step away for a 5, 7, or 8 minute break, or so I'll play a little clip of this. You folks ready for this? All right. Here we go. We'll be right back. Hi everyone, Coach Eli here, aka the Morning Rooster. Dana loves it when I snap my fingers, and I am here to wake you up so that you have the absolute best possible shot of accomplishing whatever it is that your heart desires. Welcome back once again to another extremely exciting and very informative episode of my Video Relationship Sanctuary series. And today, once again, we're coming to you from the residence of my incredible, amazing, super awesome girlfriend, Dana Agni. I am not trying to kiss her ass. She knows how I feel about her. I know how she feels about me, and we just get along really well, you know? And sometimes I kind of like pretend to kiss her ass because she knows I'm not the type of guy. And we kind of laugh about it. We actually do laugh about it.
Yeah.
You know, deep down inside, I have a big heart. I can be a little bit of a softie, right? But not a softie in that way, Dana, right? You liking this one so far?
It's all good, baby.
It's all good,
It's all
baby.
good.
That's what you were telling me earlier tonight.
Oh my God, you're on a roll. Jeez.
No, we're just having fun.
Okay.
You have to have fun in life, folks. But anyway, back from the residence of Dana Agni here. Welcome back, Dana.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Now, Dana, before we get to the topic of this week's Video Relationship Sanctuary episode, and I know you're getting more and more comfortable doing these, aren't you? They're becoming more and more fun, right? Because we're educating the people out there.
Absolutely.
People need help with their relationships, don't they?
I think relationships are really difficult these days. A lot of people struggle with that. So any help that anybody can offer, that we can offer?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Back to Eli, right? Is that what you're trying to do? You're kind of losing your verbiage, so you're saying...
No, I that's what I had to say about that.
Just say back to you, like the news reporters. You say, back to you, Eli.
With the microphone?
Actually, we're wearing lapels, but we do have the new wireless system I have. We do have two big-ass handheld microphones.
I know, you're itching to use
They're wireless, man. I am. I was telling you, I want to shove this shit in your face.
Fuck no.
Tell it to the mic, right?
No. Take it to the streets. That's what I say.
But anyway, I think we've provided enough entertainment value here. Yeah, well, we're going to keep it entertaining throughout the video, but let's give them some tips here. But last week, Dana, we recorded a video here, and it actually was quite interesting. We got several interesting comments on it, and what made it more interesting than the actual topic, which I can't remember off the top of my head right now, because we've been
women want to feel loved and men want to feel respected.
Oh, that's right. That's what it was. How can I forget that?
Yeah, I remember.
That's why I have a good woman.
I pay attention.
You know what, baby? I've been helping you, with your move. I've been installing Comcast Xfinity, your 43-inch TV in your bedroom. I've been helping you get your Wi-Fi extended to your girls' room so they're not complaining that the Wi-Fi doesn't reach over there, I've been doing a lot of shit, so forgive me for forgetting the beautiful title.
You have been, and I have been very thankful and appreciative of that.
See, to you guys out there, I think I'm a big fucking pussy. I'm not. I have a great relationship with Dana, but let me tell you something. We playfully have fun, but you know what? If I feel something is out of line, I'll call around it. If she feels I'm a little bit out of line, which happens quite often, she'll call me out on it.
Bottom line is we talk about it. It's about communication and talking through stuff.
It's all about fucking communication.
Sometimes it's hard.
If you close yourself off emotionally, which is the problem we had last week during our video, we were interrupted by your 13-year-old daughter, and it was regarding something that was going on with your 15-year-old daughter. I said 16 in one part of the last video, and then I said
she's on 2 more months. She'll be 16.
Yeah, she's gonna be 16 soon anyway, and she's been experiencing some interesting things within her life. But it was
pretty typical teenage stuff.
Right. But it was a quite interesting video, and I just kind of wanted to update a few of the people on there. And we don't need to get too far into it because I don't want to, that's your personal life. It's your girls. I don't want to cause issues. But because it happened last week, and I did a phenomenal job editing that video, didn't I? I edit my own
video. You did a great job editing the video. It turned out really well. Yes, I'm not gonna blow up your head, but you did a good job. It did turn out really well.
I'm just saying, it took me fucking like 4 or 5 hours to edit that video.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, there's a lot of editing to do.
Well, we were interrupted. We had to pause for a few minutes.
Had to make sense. Had to add verbiage in there and transitions and all that shit.
It turned out well. Yeah.
Turned out well. Yeah, you watched it the next day when I released it. Then you sent me a text message saying, "Hey, great job, baby." I'm like, "You already watched the video?" And you're like, "Yeah." Okay. But I mean, since that time, Dana.
Yes.
If you want to just briefly update us, you don't have to get too far into it because some of our viewers out there have discussed, have shared their feedback about what should be done regarding your situation with your girls. But
yeah, first of all, I don't take advice from anybody who says what should be done with my girls because I'm the only one who walks in those shoes.
Shit. She's setting everyone straight now. Don't give these guys the wrong idea that you're the kind of girl we should go MGTOW on. We're about to talk about that here in a second.
Yeah, we're about to talk about that here in a second.
We'll explain what MGTOW is in a second because it's the topic of this video. But go ahead.
Well, I mean, the basics are, that there's some it's typical teenage behavior. It's nothing out of the ordinary, but it's somewhat out of the ordinary for how she has been in the past, and it's just navigating how to deal with that and setting boundaries and again back to the communicating with her very clearly what those boundaries are, and then needing to communicate what the consequences will be should those boundaries be pushed.
Pushed.
Yeah.
Abused.
Stretched.
Disrespected.
Yeah.
Not adhered to.
Right.
I can think of so many synonyms for that, but we don't really need to go there. So, and you're learning as your girls get older, Dana. You're learning how to deal with teenage girls.
Yeah, I mean every day is a new day, so it's always a challenge. But
you're a child development expert. Your expertise is 0 to 3.
Yeah, my expertise is 0 to 3. So I always say, when they were little, it was like I knew how to handle anything that came up, and now you're in the teenage years, and life has changed for them big time over the last year with a divorce, selling our family home. That's the only home they've ever known. We moved into a 2-bedroom apartment where she had to share a room with her sister for the first time in her life. It's like there's just been a lot, my ex isn't really so much in the picture, and it's a whole new world to navigate, and so we're just handling that, and as things come up, it's trying to figure out how to handle what comes up in the best way possible for everybody.
No, absolutely.
So yeah, do I struggle? Sure, I struggle. Do I try to, get frustrated with myself? Of course I do.
Well, before we get to the topic, Dana, and thank you for sharing that with us here today. In my personal opinion, I feel that no one can really be an expert on teenagers because, everything changes, with the way teenagers act according to what's happening in the modern world. Like, look, we have nowadays, with these smartphones, mobile devices, everything is technology oriented. It's on the fly. We have 4G LTE with high-speed internet on the go, and these kids just can't get off of it. So it's like, you're a child development expert. I don't want these people getting the wrong idea that you don't know what you're doing. You do, but do you think that any parents, no matter how experienced they are going to struggle with teenage kids?
Absolutely.
And why do you feel that way?
Well, I think just every child is an individual, and every situation, that comes up could be completely unique, and you might not have ever dealt with it before. And like I was explaining to you, in some circumstances with my oldest daughter, it's like I'm seeing behaviors that aren't her, so it's like, where is this coming from? And
we talked about it yesterday on a walk.
We did,
right?
And we had some clarity in that conversation, and I think you just never know. And you really have to look at what your kids are being exposed to and who they're spending their time with. And, there's no set path that you can just expect what's going to come your way. You just have to be able to deal with it on the fly.
Hey, James Pink, everyone, I'm back. I'm going to play a little bit more of this, but I'm going to respond to a few questions in the chat. First of all, I'm going to respond to you, James Pink. You said, Eli, you look very relaxed here. I absolutely am very relaxed, bro. And let me tell you something. I have nothing bad to say about this woman. A lot of people have asked me, is this the one that got away? And I said, absolutely, absolutely yes. Uh, you know, I believe, I haven't talked with her in over 2 years. And we've been split up for I think about 2.5 years now or something like that. And, I think she's in another relationship, and hopefully she's doing well, and hopefully the guy that she's with is treating her right, because she's a good woman, comes from a good family, very well raised. Her family, welcomed me with open arms, and my family, my family loved her, and everybody just loved who she was. I'm playing this because this has partially to do with the trolls. Like, I didn't know how to handle the trolls back then. And that was part of the reason that destroyed our relationship. That wasn't the only fact. I made some other honest mistakes. I'm not going to get into them here. I've talked about them in the past. But I'll tell you guys, when you have, you spelled wrestle wrong? Who spelled wrestle wrong? Was there something in the chat that I missed? Oh man. How long ago was that, GLM? That video was about I'll tell you the exact date. The exact date of that video, I have it on my Coach Eli Classics channel, which is not publicly available. It was July 16th, 2017. So about 3.5 years ago or so. I'm closing in on 4 years. That's how long ago that was. Thank you, Mupp, for the welcome back. But yeah, I am very relaxed. I was very relaxed. Let me tell you something. When you have a good woman in your life that is a strong woman, but is also more feminine than masculine, and respects you as a man, and you're a strong man, and you're a confident man, you're a good leader, but you respect your woman, and you're not there to control her, but you're not there to be a sissy either. When you have a well-balanced relationship like her and I had, that's beautiful. There's nothing to not be relaxed about. And that's why, again, I have nothing bad to say about this woman. And this is my content. I own it. It's not a big deal. I'm not attacking her. I'm praising her. These people already know who she is. So GLM says 4 years. Is that the last lady you were with? Well, here's the thing, GLM. That's the last lady that I had a serious relationship with. And as far as what's happened since that time, I've kept my life a little more private, away from YouTube. You know the reasons why. People find out about anyone you may be dating or seeing or spending time with, and then they make content out of it like these people do, right? So, well, it's been about 2.5 years since we split up, maybe almost 3 years. And while I haven't really dated anyone seriously, I haven't really talked a lot about what's been happening in my personal life. I've moved forward. I'm still seeking the right one, and whatever happens in between, happens in between. And that's for me to know and for you folks to try to find out, right? She is very good looking. No, she was an attractive woman, and a lot of guys, because, they said that, she was a little bit thick, no, she was attractive and I was attracted to her, and she had a great personality and she took good care of herself. Good mother, good family person, good morals, values, and ethics. I did a lot of things for her, but she did a lot of things for me too. She did a lot of things for me. So, GLM says, wow, your ex is much nicer than me. If my ex posted clips of me on YouTube, I would slash his tires. She's a better woman than me. God bless this patient woman. GLM, let me tell you something. I think you're a good woman too. And quite frankly, I think you're probably just as good as Dana is. It's just that you've been through some stuff, and, hey, and I'm not criticizing you, GLM. I'm coming out and saying to you, I think there's a really good side of you. And you've been through a lot, and maybe you're holding on to a little resentment from the past. I can understand that. I'm not criticizing you. I'm trying to pay you a compliment and say, I really think that you are a good person and you've been through some stuff and you've been trying to work through that, right? And whether you're here to troll or not, I know you're here to semi-troll, and I understand how you feel about myself, but I don't think you'd really be here if you thought I was a terrible person, right? And maybe there's nothing better to watch right now. I get that. But I think you're a much better person than you show yourself to be on YouTube or show people. Hi, Dream. How you doing? So let me play a little bit more of this here, and then I'm going to get back to the topic here and give you the rattlesnake analogy you're all waiting for here. So let's continue.
It's all new. It's unique. It's new. It's uncharted territory.
And you never know what's going to happen. We're not going to mention in detail what happened the other day. There was something that happened.
Our personal family
There was
stuff.
something that happened a few days ago, and I don't want to put Dana through this. I have no problem talking about anything, but I don't want to put this out there. But again, something happened, and it got us more so thinking it involved your daughter and her closest friend. Mm-hmm. They've been friends for quite a long time. Then we were, on the hike. And I was saying, do you feel that your daughter is influenced by her friend? Because ever since you moved into, your new place, they've been inseparable.
They've been on and off inseparable for almost 3 years.
Right, but see, the thing is, since I've, been with you, and since you moved into this place now, we've been here, or you've been here. It's not my place, but I come here on the weekends with you. They're basically here pretty much all the time, except for the last couple of days, because
yeah, but that's not different. They've been here, yes, but
right.
That's not different with this particular friend. That's how much. I mean, they always spend that much time.
Right,
together.
But we figured out that more than likely she's being influenced by her friend, and
there's some behaviors that we're noticing in her that the more we really talked about it, and we're like, where is this coming from? What's going on? It's like, those are behaviors I see in this friend, and so.
Yeah.
I will say that her 2 teenage daughters were well raised, and they were completely normal. And I'll tell you, being in that relationship, when I first got into it, Dana told me, are you sure that you're ready to come into this relationship? This household is full of estrogen. And I'm like, well, okay. I mean, you've got you and your girls, and she goes, well, don't forget my female dog, Mabel. Okay, well, that's cool. And I also have a female cat, Lydia. I'm like, oh, man. There's a lot of estrogen in that house. And I'm like, I'm up for it. And she goes, look, I'm not looking for a father figure replacement for my girls, but just be nice to them, just be good to them, you don't have to do anything special for them. And I told her, I said, look, any man that's going to be with a woman that has kids needs to accept the kids, because that's the most important thing to you. I told her that. And throughout the relationship, as I got to know her and started to see that her intentions were pure and she was really good to me, I made more of an effort to do nice things for her kids. So, for example, her oldest one, when she got her license, or even before, she would hang out with friends, so she wasn't around a lot. But her youngest one, that was 13, she would stay at home, and we would go out to dinner, and we would always stop by her room on the way out to dinner and ask her if she wanted anything to eat, and she would say no initially, and I would tell her, look, you like chicken strips, don't you, with ranch dressing and French fries with cheddar cheese and bacon bits? How does that sound to you? And she's like, that sounds pretty good, but I don't want you to get that for me. Well, I'm going to get it for you anyway. Then we go to dinner, right? And, I'm a gentleman. When a woman's good to me, I'll take her out to dinner. I'll pay for dinner. That just makes me feel like I'm more of a man, right? No matter if it's the modern world or not. So, it come time to pay the bill, and, my ex would always offer to pay for the full thing. And I said, no, I got it. She goes, well, at least let me pay for my daughter's meal. I said, no, I'm going to take care of that. I said, you just relax. You've had a hard week at work. So have I. And I want to do this. This is my contribution to you and your girls. They're a part of you, and they're a part of me, you know? So I felt like a good father figure to them. It was my first opportunity to get a feeling of what it would be like to be a father and be with a good woman that's a good mother. And so when you see me in this video and I'm really relaxed and content, it was all good, right? And it could have still been good if it wasn't for a few things. Had I known how to handle myself better on YouTube initially, we would have probably still been together, possibly even married today. But hey, things happen. So let me play a little bit more of this, and then we're going to get back to the topic.
So yeah, we had some clarity there. So it's good. It just gives us a direction to roll with it.
Well, Dana Agni, you are off the hot seat.
Yeah,
for
moving
now.
on, man. This is not the topic of tonight's video.
But we wanted to update everyone here
The hot
because
seat.
there are some people out there that have been asking about this, and they care. I mean, they may be pretty direct with their answers, but they care, and we'll get more into those people in a second because this is why we're doing this topic. So let's get to the topic of today's video, Relationship Sanctuary, Dana, and that topic is, you remember it?
Well, it's something about MGTOW. I don't know what
The topic is my girlfriend's
thoughts.
my girlfriend's thoughts on MGTOW. One more time, my girlfriend's thoughts on MGTOW.
Yes.
And for those of you that don't know what MGTOW is, it stands for...
I can't believe I asked her to do this video. You know, like, and she was strong, and she was very supportive. She was trying to really help me grow this thing. Oh, GLM says, hang on a second. I hear James was on Poon Handler's last live stream complaining about how terrible his life is. I got it screen recorded for later. GLM, would you mind sending me a copy of that? Would you mind uploading it to Unlisted and letting me download it? I'm not going to put it publicly. I just want to see it. Are you talking about lichen theory? Isn't it obvious? Isn't it obvious, GLM, by Jamie's behavior and what he does out here on YouTube, that he's unhappy with his life? Because if he could make money legitimately without doing what he's doing, you think Jamie really enjoys what he's doing? He doesn't enjoy what he's doing at all, GLM. Let's be real about it. I love when my haters live miserable, pointless lives. Makes me smile. I understand where you're coming from on that, GLM, and to a certain extent, I agree with you. But you know what? And I think you're saying it in that way for emphasis. But I think you have a big heart, and I think you wish no harm upon anyone. If you're a God-loving woman like I'm a God-loving man, I think deep within you wish and hope for the best for Jamie. I do too, despite what he's done. But yes, him doing what he's doing is just showing how miserable he is within his life. And GLM goes, "Oh, I know." All right. Let's hear Dana's thoughts on MGTOW.
Men going their own way.
Men going their own way.
A little bit about MGTOW because I did.
Yeah, I'm going to give up the punani for the rest of my life and go MGTOW. That sounds swell, doesn't it? Oh my God.
A video on this, which I will also link below this video as well. It's basically a large group of men around the world that have come together to pretty much challenge the women's movement, in my opinion. I mean, that's what I'm kind of gathering from this MGTOW movement, because the second wave of the women's movement, like I mentioned in other videos, it started in the 60s and then in the 80s. And then especially in the third wave of the women's movement, which has really fucked us men up. Sorry, babe, I'm just keeping it real with you. Which started...
Well, the third wave is when women started revolting and taking advantage of the system. It's one thing for women to get equal rights, which I'm all for. You know, the right to bear arms, the right to vote, equal pay for equal work. Okay? You know, freedom of speech, all that stuff, right? Okay? and women getting equal rights from the Equal Rights by the Equal Rights Amendment. That's one thing. I'm all for that. But when anyone plays the system, whether they're male or female, in this case, there are many women that have played the system, especially through modern day divorce laws and child custody laws. They end up unfairly winning because the court does favor them in most situations, especially when it comes to child custody. Even if the father seems to be better fit to take care of the child, right? So that's my only issue with it, right? And I've learned a lot more about, the system and things since this point. Remember, this was 3.5 years ago, but let's go.
In the early 90s has basically, made a bunch of men out there feel like, hey, we just don't want to participate with the way women are nowadays. They're not, acting within their natural essence. Granted, they have more rights, which is fine, but they're
that is true. See, the number one thing that turns me off about a woman and turns any strong, confident alpha male off about women is when women act too masculine, they act more dominant and submissive. That's not going to work. And see, GLM, here's the thing. I respect you as a woman, but at times you come off way more dominant, right? And even if a guy's not afraid of you, he's not going to be romantically attracted to you if you're not submissive enough. I'm not saying you have to bow down to him, right? Be a strong woman, but have that sweet, sensitive, nurturing side that's attractive to men, especially strong men. That's the issue. Like, women are behaving more masculine nowadays, and it's forcing men that don't get this to behave more feminine to offset the reverse polarity. It's just nuts.
They're now working more jobs that, exude more masculine energy than feminine energy, and then they come home and they want to wear the pants and they want to be more like a man, just like the man they have. And then they expect their man to...
My basketball coach says GLM in high school nicknamed me Anger Management. True story. Ah, boy. I'm going to leave that one alone. GLM, you come a long way. You come a long way. I'm happy for you.
Be sexually attracted to a woman acting like a man. So you're ready to respond, I can tell.
Well, I think that...
What are your thoughts about this so far, Dana? Do you understand what I'm talking about?
I do, and I think my understanding is just to add to that of why men are going
their own
way, right?
Okay.
My understanding from some comments you received on your other video that you talked about this was just that, getting involved with women as far as marriage and going into that legal commitment,
then taking half of everything you fucking made.
Men are feeling right,
taking us for everything we've got.
Well,
now, this woman here in her marriage out-earned her husband 2-1. She was making like 100K, and he was making 50K, right? And then her husband lost his job, and then couldn't find a job to save his life, and he became complacent. And she had to end up being the man in the family. Like, she wanted to be the woman. Like, in the relationship we had, she was the woman, I was the man. But I respected her, and she respected me. And I didn't look down upon her because she's a woman, and she didn't look at me like I'm some arrogant guy. We're well balanced. We like you said, I believe it was you that said that, Bruce, earlier. I'm relaxed here. I'm relaxed. She's relaxed. We're having a civil conversation. Her and I could have taken that YouTube channel to 1 million subs. But I didn't know how to handle these trolls back then, right? I feel we got trolled off of YouTube. Now, that wasn't the only thing that ended our relationship. There were some other very honest mistakes I made, but that had a lot to do with it.
Shit, maybe I should go MGTOW.
You can't go MGTOW. You're a woman.
That's WGTOW.
You can't go MGTOW.
Women going their own way, WGTOW.
Right?
I guess so.
Well, tell them why would you even...
Why I said that?
Why you said that, baby.
Well,
I mean, they're probably curious about that.
I think...
I know the answer to it.
I know. I think in my divorce, it was more of the reverse roles.
The interesting thing...
Yeah, it was reversed because she made more money, and then when she divorced him, he won, right? What this guy did was, he put down 200K on a house between, four of them when they got married a long time ago, right? And this guy's mother forced him to have Dana sign a prenuptial agreement. So even though she out earned him, he still won big time. He got his 200K off the bat. And then basically they split everything else 50-50. And because in the long run she out earned him, he got way more than she did. Right. And then this guy, he's a nice guy, but he's just a complacent, lazy, immature, insecure guy that hardly ever spent any time with his girls. And basically, she had a little bit of a settlement and moved into an apartment when I met her. Was working, she couldn't work her in-home daycare service back then because she was in an apartment. Was making 1/3 of what she was making working for a daycare company, and her money was running out. And I helped her get into a house and restart her business and turn her life around because her ex-husband didn't care. And I'm very proud of her. I did help her get back on track. I'm not taking all the credit for it, but you see, it happens to women too, guys. What you're not realizing is the breadwinner is the one that typically gets screwed. There are good women out there. And it just seems like the good people, whether they're a male or a female, are the ones that get screwed. Sucks.
If I can jump in here. And I've been very open with Dana. I've been very open about my last relationship with her, and she's been very open with me. And that's what bonds us stronger and closer together, because a lot of people don't like talking about their exes. And it's not like we're talking about each other's exes because we're not over them. We're over our exes. Yeah, but we learned a lot from those experiences, right. And it's important for us to share these stories with you within these videos. But the interesting thing here is that my ex, and I'm sure whether you've heard some of my podcasts or other videos, you may have heard this already, but for those that haven't, here's the story once again, is that my ex went through a divorce. We're actually still going through a divorce. She was legally separated when I first met her years ago, a few years back. And basically her husband took her for half of what she's worth because her husband never worked. She was the breadwinner. She was a veterinarian, by trade, made good money, and just did everything. And so for those guys out there that think that you're the only ones that are getting screwed, you've got some really good women out there. Now, I've seen two of them back to back. Now, hopefully this one here is going to stick around for a very, very long time, because I really don't want to go through this shit again, baby.
Hopefully this one's going to stick around for a very, very long time, because I don't want to go through this, beep again, right? Trying to minimize my swearing nowadays, but I swear a lot on my former channel. Gosh. What do I say about that?
Honestly, I really don't. And I don't think it's going to happen because, we fuck around a lot in these videos, and we have a lot of, the funny thing is,
I didn't tell her. I forgot
you didn't
to tell her. I told the other one.
Her 13-year-old daughter.
Okay.
Well, the rattlesnake analogy is coming up in a couple of minutes. I'm only going to play a little more of this.
She was just returning something.
But no
emergency.
But she realized.
Sorry.
Man.
It's all good.
I'm going to go out of business here.
It's all good. Hey, you know what? You're in this house. It's real life. There's kids.
It's all good. And I had a feeling that would happen.
It's all right.
So that's okay. But yeah. So anyway, it's just real interesting that the last two women that I've been with, and you're one, and hopefully you'll be the very last one, because I really appreciate what we have.
That. Yeah.
They're the ones that got the short end of the stick.
Right.
And so they were feeling kind of like how these MGTOW men are feeling. Baby, I mean, what are your true deep thoughts about MGTOW? Because before you even answer that,
okay.
Let me mention a couple guys out there. One guy that really made me aware of MGTOW was a guy named Randall Lyon, who's posted publicly on my YouTube page, so I can mention his name. If you post publicly with a comment on my
That was
YouTube
the dude that
channel
made
with
me.
your YouTube name.
That was the dude that changed my life down this negativity. No disrespect. Had I never heard about MGTOW, I would have never come across Jamie or anyone. Right? That was a defining moment. Talk about going down the right path, but how do you know it's talk about going down the wrong path? I mean, how do you know it's the wrong path until you go down that path and try it out?
Name.
You don't.
YouTube name is what I'm trying to say. I'm gonna mention your name because it's public anyway.
Yeah.
But if you want to remain anonymous, you email me. I will keep your name anonymous unless you give me permission to use it in these videos in the future. But Randall Lyon, is big on MGTOW. He's also mentioned in some comments that he has a hot 9 out of 10.
Thank you, GLM. I'll let you know when I'm done downloading it after the show, and you can delete it if you want. I'm not going to share that. I appreciate it. I really do appreciate you doing that. Seriously. I'm not messing around when I say that.
10 girlfriend, and he has kids from a previous wife, and apparently she must have, taken him to the cleaners, which,
Must have, yeah.
I feel bad for you, Randall. I'm sure, you didn't deserve that, and, I'm sure that, you try
Let me
to do
skip
most
through
of
this a
everything
little
right.
bit
Just
here.
sometimes, women's emotions, they get a little out of whack, and there's nothing you can do about it.
No.
And then, which sucks. Then they're in a life filming. You put some tips out there. The video I did the other day, Dana, which was, how to start a YouTube channel and probably start in the situation we posted within your, it was cool. What a good guy. What are your thoughts? What?
I have a combination. I have a combination of thoughts.
Here we go.
Part of me feels like this is a reaction based on having a negative experience with a woman or with multiple women. Perhaps it's happened more than once for these guys.
True.
And they're sort of reacting out of fear, I think.
Yep.
That they're just like, I'm not, it's not worth it. I'm not going to put myself back out there. I'm not going to get involved with a woman to the point of committing to her. That it's just not worth it.
When they say that these guys, a lot of these MGTOW guys are incels, involuntary celibates. It's totally true. A lot of these guys have lost faith in themselves, and kind of like Jamie's a perfect example. What real, decent, high quality, high value woman's going to be attracted to a guy like that? He knows it. Now, does Jamie, get with women and have one night stands with them and short term, friends with benefits? Sure. But what types of women are doing that with him? Women that are just like him, women that are insecure, and women that are, unstable. And there's no decent, real, down to earth woman that has her stuff together that's going to want to be with a guy like Jamie, or the types of people like Dana was talking about here. In this video, these people just, they lose faith in themselves. They lack self-confidence. They're insecure. And when you're that insecure, there's no woman on the planet that's going to be attracted to you except for women that are the female version of you. And those types of women are just going to create more issues in your life. It's not even worth sleeping with them one time because you're going to be dealing with the repercussion of that afterwards.
Worth going into that type of relationship anymore. I think that's kind of sad. I think there's nothing better than a real, honest, committed relationship. And, and it's not to say, I don't understand the whole MGTOW theory entirely.
Oh, you did.
And so I don't.
She did.
Know that I can speak on it entirely, but
you have an opinion on it though, because that's what you were telling me.
Well,
on camera. That's why we did this video.
I know. I'm going there,
baby. You kind of react. We were talking about.
She'd get a little feisty at times, but I knew how to put her in her place. That's figuratively speaking. I was never bad to her. But that's something that I can't show on camera because I'll have my channel shut down. And I never recorded any of that in the first place. I'm having oatmeal and vodka. Anyone who wants some? Amen, Coach Eli's dream.
This because you look at my YouTube channel comments. You haven't commented yet. You should. You should just put yourself out there.
Well, I could.
Get Dana on.
I've been a little busy. I've got a lot going on, babe.
Oh, well, okay, baby. I'm not worth your time then, I guess.
Oh,
it's all right.
You see, I came back at that. listen. That's the most BS excuse anyone, even a good woman like Dana, when she doesn't want to do something, will give the lamest excuse any woman could give. Let's hear this the replay of that.
Okay, baby, I'm not worth your time then, I guess.
Hold on.
I've got a lot going on.
Good. You should just put yourself out there.
Well, I could.
Listen,
Dana,
I've been a little
YouTube.
busy. I've got a lot going on, babe.
I'm a little busy. I got a lot going on, babe. But you certainly have plenty of time for those nice dinners and those hikes and the great loving and everything else. But when it comes time to making a comment on my YouTube channel, you know, I'm a little busy, babe. I got a lot going on. James Pink.
Oh, okay, baby. I'm not worth your time then, I guess. You know, it's all right.
Okay.
It's all right. No. We're fucking with you. Starting next week, when your move's complete, baby, then...
You see how I handled that? I was laughing at it, right? Most guys, when a woman says that, would be like butthurt, right? What do you mean you don't have time, right? I knew she was messing with me, right? And I'm like, well, come on now. You certainly have time for everything else, Dana. The good loving, the great meals, the great hiking, the great weekend getaways. You should certainly take up a lot more time than making a simple comment on my YouTube channel. But I get it. You didn't want to get trolled. I don't blame her. I didn't blame her for that. That was funny though.
You know.
Oh, and I'm reopening my business. Yeah, then I'll have a ton of free time, babe.
Oh, hell yeah, baby.
Okay.
You're becoming a celebrity out here.
All right,
Coach Eli.
excellent.
But anyway, go ahead.
That's great. If it pays my bills, no problem.
Well, baby, if I start...
You're distracting me. Now I don't know what I was talking about.
If I start making more money and take you to more lavish vacations and all that shit, you know, I like taking lavish vacations too, and why not go with a woman that you care about? There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, that's true.
But, you know, I'm fucking around a little bit. You know, I've got...
Anyhow, back to the topic.
It's all the same thing when you...
I got to tell you, that's like one of the few women, probably the only woman that's been able to put me back in my place without like overdoing it to make me feel disrespected. Like that's the type of woman that us good men need in our lives. There needs to be more women like that, and there used to be. Unfortunately, there aren't that many in this world. So, you know, yeah, the one that got away. I watch these videos from time to time and reminisce, and it's like, yeah, good times.
When you care about each other, baby, as long as, let's say we get married down the road, hypothetically speaking, and then you divorce my ass and we don't have a prenup, like your ex-husband had a prenup, which is what I think you may have mentioned in the previous video.
Possibly.
But, you know, that... All
right, folks, that's enough of that. Maybe I'll play more another time if you folks want some more of that. GLM says the woman put you in your place, Eli. I'm going to tell you honestly, GLM, you know, Dana was good at doing that without being disrespectful. It's a natural thing. A better way of putting that, GLM, is she balanced me out, I balanced her out. And her and I had great banter on and off the camera. What you see here is exactly how we were in real life. That's how real this was. We had a great thing going on this channel. And because of people like Jamie and JD Gunn and other people, we didn't know how to handle them. Had I known back then what I know now about YouTube, we would have had 1 million subscribers and we would have made this big. Live and learn, right? Live and learn. Instead of that happening, you got a guy like Jamie now that's making a decent amount of money, creating drama and attacking people all day, every day on YouTube. It's funny how the world works sometimes, right? All right, let's go back to full screen here. And let's talk about the rattlesnake analogy, okay? And Dream, if you find a woman like that, dude, don't ever F it up, man. Don't ever F it up, dude. I'm not kidding you. I share those videos from time to time because I really want people to know the kind of person I really am and, you know, the type of woman that, you know, I enjoy being with. You know, I'm not the type of person that these haters out here on YouTube make me to be. I'm really not that kind of person. We both learned so much. We have, Dream. Well, let me get to the rattlesnake analogy because I need to wrap this up soon and get some rest. So in order to do this right, I'm going to change the background. I'm going to hang out with a rattlesnake, okay? Do you like that change on the fly there, Dream? You like my high quality broadcast? See, Dream, I'm just chilling here with this rattlesnake, and I'm going to say, here, nicey rattlesnake, don't inject me with venom. I'm just going to pet you like a dog, little rattlesnake or big rattlesnake, right? Dream, listen up, because I'm going to use you as an example here, okay? I'm going to use you as an example. But this message goes out to anyone and everyone. There's only one way to stop the trolls. There's only one way to stop the trolls. And that's basically to stop feeding into the trolls. Starving the trolls is the only way to stop them. If you look at my thumbnail, starving the trolls is the only way to stop them. If we're going to starve them, Dream, everyone has to starve them. And that's why, effective immediately on my channel, I don't want to deal with anyone that's going to be involved with this group or other trolling groups. I don't want to be involved with anyone that even associates with them or tries to befriend them, because the truth of the matter is, American Dream, I know why you're doing what you're doing. You have the best intentions. Your head and heart's in the right place, right? See, American Dream, the other day you brought Raleigh onto your panel. You brought him on your panel because you were figuring, let me give this one last chance to try to get through this guy and make peace, right? Okay? That's what you were thinking, right? You're thinking that if you bring him on your panel and you make peace, he'll stop cutting your videos. And now what he's doing, Dream, is he's cutting your videos and my videos and putting them as members-only content. And let him do that, because you want to know what's going to happen, Dream. He's going to burn himself. He's going to have his channel shut down at some point, whether he thinks it's not going to be shut down or not, right? Because if you violate the terms of service, especially when you're monetized, you will be shut down. No doubt about it, right? So it's not even worth it to try to make peace with these people, because that's not what they want. Raleigh doesn't want to make peace with you. Jamie doesn't want to make peace with you or anyone or me, right? We're their content, bro. They go out everywhere, all over YouTube every day, looking for people that are going to feed into them, and that is their content. They've even said it themselves, right? So let's put it to you this way, right? I go hiking all the time, right? I go hiking all the time. I've been hiking for over 20 years. I've done hundreds of hikes. I've only encountered 2 rattlesnakes in my life while hiking. And they were both in the greater Sacramento area, in the Auburn area, in the foothills. Both in Auburn, where it gets really hot, on hiking trails that are a little overgrown. But you can see, but rattlesnakes are even out here in the Bay Area where I live. They can come out anytime. When it's hot, what the rattlesnakes will do, especially on a dirt trail, but they can still come out on a cement trail. Because when I was on a hiking trail with my ex Dana, it was a paved path along the American River in Auburn in the Sacramento area. She saw a baby rattlesnake sprawled across the trail, like literally hundreds of feet away. And I started running away. I'm like, I'm out. Peace out. And I think we were doing a video too, or we were talking about it. And I said, I started running the other way. And she's like, you were to protect me from the rattlesnake? I'm like, when it comes to rattlesnakes, I'm a sissy. I'm not going to lie. I've encountered a few trouser snakes myself, Eli, so I hear what you're saying. What's a trouser snake? I've never heard of those. You're talking about rattlesnakes? So, another time I went hiking and I saw a rattlesnake on a dirt trail sprawled across, right? So here's my analogy, American Dream and everyone else, right? Okay. I want you to think of Raleigh and Jamie and DeRosa and any other Dramasphere people that are attacking you or myself and creating content on us, and you're trying to make peace with them, right? Because you want them to stop, right? And you try to make peace with them because you're thinking they're going to stop doing what they're doing. And even if you make a peace agreement, you think it's going to stop, and it's not. Let's compare that to you being on a hiking trail, Dream. Let's say you're on a hiking trail, right? And LOL, GLM, I have to. They go under rocks by the river. Are you talking about water moccasins? That's what they could be. I believe they're venomous, but they're more so like in Florida and stuff. Well, out here, the only venomous snake we have are the rattlesnakes. Out here in California, the only venomous snakes we have, GLM, are rattlesnakes. We have gopher snakes, but they're not venomous. They'll squeeze you to death. All right? So that's why when you go on hiking trails around here, they say rattlesnakes may be present in this area. If you encounter one, give them distance and respect. They're not out here to hurt you. They're just going to defend themselves, right? So Dream, you're on a hiking trail, right? And you see a rattlesnake 200 feet ahead, sprawled across the trail, right? Getting a suntan, right? Because they're cold-blooded. They're trying to warm up, right? Right? That's what they do. It's just chilling there. It doesn't want to be bothered. It doesn't want to bother you, right? You see the rattlesnake, and instead of doing what most people would typically do, they would stop, respect it, keep distance from it, and wait for it to crawl off the trail. Because what rattlesnakes will do is they'll sense people being around from a distance, and they will slowly crawl off the. They'll slowly slither off the path back into the bushes, and then you'll be able to walk on by, right? But see, Dream, if you treat this rattlesnake like you're treating Raleigh and Jamie, and instead of just saying, okay, let me just ignore them, because if I go up to the rattlesnake and say, hey, rattlesnake, I know you have a bad rep for, attacking people and injecting poisonous venom. Instead of that, instead of doing that, Dream, this is what you're doing. You're going up to the rattlesnake and saying, here, rattlesnake, I'll pet you like a dog and hope that you don't snap and inject venom in me with your fangs. Now think about that, okay? That's my rattlesnake analogy. You got to look at Jamie, Raleigh, DeRosa, and all these people that stem from Jamie's side as rattlesnakes. They don't want to make peace with you no matter what. And even if you ignore them, they're going to continue trying to come at you for a while because they are desperate for content. You are their content. I am their content. Anyone that supports us is their content, right? And think about it, Dream. If I ignore them, what do? They follow me onto other people's channels, like Lewis Fuller's channel earlier, and they mob attacked Lewis's channel. But now I've learned how to better handle it. Now I'll get with Lewis before the show. I'll say, Lewis, we're going to get hammered with trolls. I promoted you before you went live. I did a live stream. I promoted you on my community wall, right? And you're going to get some good people, but you're going to get a lot of bad people too. And there's no other way to work around it, right? God loves me. I've been injected by a few trouser snakes, but oh God. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm just looking at what GLM wrote, and I totally understand what she means by that now. That went, LOL, good, honest analogy. Now she's saying LMFAO. Yeah, I just got that. That's good. That's good, GLM. I'm happy that you're having a little fun. Keeps you calm and relaxed, right? You see, Dream, this is a green screen with a picture of a rattlesnake that appears to be right next to me. Now, if there was actually a rattlesnake here, I'd be pooping in my pants, to say it, without swearing any more than I did in that clip I played, trying to keep my cussing down, right? The truth of the matter is, Dream, I wouldn't be sitting here going up to the snake and say, hey, nice little rattlesnake, I'll pet you like a dog, right? Let's pray to God that you don't bite me, right? But they would, because they don't know you. If you get too close, they're going to get into defense mode and they're going to protect themselves, right? They don't want to hurt you, but if you come up to them when they don't want to be bothered, what's going to happen, right? And here's the thing. Look at it this way, Dream. If you've ever seen a rattlesnake on a trail sprawled across, if you get too close, what do they start doing? They start to rattle their tail. That's why they're called rattlesnakes. They go, brrr, right? When they start to rattle their tail, it's telling you, look, I'm warning you. I don't know who you are. I don't want to hurt you. But if you don't back off and give me space to walk away, I'm going to inject you with some lethal venom, right? Dream. Listen to what Raleigh has said. Even J.B. Gunner, who some of you know, has said this before too. If you stop talking about me, I'll stop talking about you. So even if these people instigate coming at us, American Dream and other people, right? We can choose to feed into it and keep the back and forth going or ignore it. And eventually they're going to get tired of it and stop, right? They're not going to stop right away. They're not. And every so often they're going to try to stir up the pot again, even if we're ignoring them successfully for a while, because that's their content. And from time to time they run out of things, so they try to reinstigate things from the past, right? So again, Dream, I know you meant well. Tried to bring on Raleigh onto your panel the other night, right? And Raleigh's trying to turn it around and say that, Dream's talking smack about Eli. No, Dream, I know you're not talking smack about me. He's trying to stir up the pot, right? He's trying to separate what we have here because we actually have become good friends and we're on the right side of things, right? See, that's what these people do. They try to pin and pitch you against each other, right? They try to manipulate you, right? But see, I'm not buying it, Dream, and I don't think you are either. But when you're on a panel, when you're running a panel on your stream and you bring a guy like Raleigh on, you have to expect that. That's what he's there for. He's looking for the lulls, dude. That's all he wants. And if you keep trying to make peace with him, you're more so giving him what he wants. There's no peace to be made with a guy like Raleigh, Jamie, or DeRosa, because those guys feel without this drama and people feeding into them, they have nothing. And if they make peace with you, they are in essence putting themselves out of business. Do you understand what I'm saying? Let me check out the chat here real quick. Good night, Mutt. We'll catch up with everyone later. Need to get a few hours sleep. Have to be up by 7 a.m. Eastern. American Dream, I'd rather follow a wise man with experience and structure than these nitwits who have their channel nuked every other week. My loyalty is with a winner. You win without them. Then Dream, let me ask you this. Why do you keep associating with these people? Why do you keep trying to make peace with them? Dream, I'm not getting mad or blaming you. I did this for 3.5 years. I tried to make peace with the Jamies, with the Raleighs, with the DeRosas, and all these people. I tried to make peace with them in the same exact ways you're trying to do it for 3.5 years, and it didn't work. It's not going to work. Eli, I choose you, send pal, a.k.a. teacher. All right, dude, I appreciate that. That's funny. Dream, I know your intentions are pure. You want to get them to stop, and you want to make peace, and you want to be friends with everyone. These are not the right people, bro. This is a group of people that have sunk so low, deep within, that they have to associate with other people like them to gang up on people like us and try to kick us down to their level so they feel better. When they're able to get to us, bro, because they perceive us to be better than they are, because we are, when they get to us, it gives them a power, right? Gives them a power like they've never had, right? So why would we give them that, Dream? And see, Dream, here's the thing. Like, from this point on, I don't want to talk about these people in the chat. I don't want to talk about them on my streams. I don't want to, if I'm on anyone else's live stream and they troll me there, I just want to have the mods ban them and not even acknowledge them. We need to stone cold turkey ignore these people. We need to starve them. We need to starve these people. I follow alpha trouser snakes. Well, that's good, because that's better than beta trouser snakes, GLN, because you're a strong woman. And a man that's beta is not going to be attractive to you. It's all good. Oh my gosh, Darren, I just noticed you were here. He's out fishing at the pier. This is your lady. That was my ex, dude. That was my ex, Darren. That was my ex from my former channel. I re-uploaded all my content from my former channel on a channel on YouTube called Coach Eli Classics, videos from my former channel, but all those videos are not publicly available. I will play clips from them from time to time, or who knows? I may make them available under a paywall or something. Who knows? I'll figure it out down the road. But Darren, I just noticed you were here. You've been here for an hour. The last time you posted was 19 minutes ago. Darren, I'm sorry, bro. I got caught up on the YouTube side of things because it's hopping over there, even in the middle of the night. Let's do this, Coach Eli. American Dream 1.5. I promise this. Them and any of their associates are never to be involved in my life. This second, forever. I agree. Well, Dream, I'm going to hold you accountable to that. And I'm not trying to be rude. You've supported this channel. You've donated to me. You become channel members. I don't expect that. Bro, I don't expect another penny from you. I never expected one in the first place. But I know you're a good guy, bro. And, give me a second. We've disconnected from... All right, folks. I just want to make you aware that the YouTube server just reset. I don't know if it happened. It happened on Facebook and on YouTube. What happens at times in the middle of the night. Are we back live right now? Are we good? Let me know. Are we back live? Let me know. We should be back live. What happens is when the YouTube server refreshes for a second in the middle of the night at times, it disconnects OBS and then it reconnects. So you probably saw buffering for a second and then it came back, right? On the replay, you're going to see a splice where it happened. Can somebody let me know if we're back live on Facebook and on YouTube? Or do I have to check myself? Do I have to check? I have to check, right? Let's just check. A slice where it happened. Can somebody let me know if we're back live on Facebook? Yeah, we're back on Facebook. We're back on YouTube. Or do I have to check? And let me make sure Facebook is good. And let me make sure Facebook is good. All right, we're good. I have OBS set up to automatically reconnect within like 5 or 10 seconds on a disconnection from the server, from the streaming servers. And I have both Facebook and YouTube not automatically stop the stream when it loses connection. I manually stop it for these situations. If it gets cut off for a few minutes, I can restart it back up. So we're good. We can't hear you asking if you were live. We don't see you holding your phone up. I'm a professional. I've got even though I'm a one-man show, I know how to work this technology stuff, all right? So Dream, you and I can create great things together. I want to do that show with you, Dream. Dream, listen. I honestly think that this has been a good outlet for you. And you love doing these streams. And, maybe your audience was somewhat of a drama audience, but Dream, together, you and I can build an amazing audience and do a show together that can change people's lives, bro. And we can make very good money doing it at the same time, Dream. But it's not even about the money. It's about doing something that would be good for people. But from this point on, folks, I'm telling you right now, I'm going to starve these people out of their content that they create and want, right? That's what I was doing for the last 6 months. Before you came in the picture, Dream, I was starving them out. The only reason why I started talking about them again a little bit is because I wanted to help you, Dream. Because I know you're a good guy. I wanted to help you. And I think it's gotten to the point of where I've helped you enough to the point of where now we need to go cold turkey and basically starve them out of their content. They're going to have nothing. Initially, Dream and everyone else, they're going to keep coming at us. They're going to still try to simulcast us. They're going to still cut our content, right? They're going to do whatever they can to try to instigate us to feed back into them. Ignore it. Ignore everything they do. Do not file copyright strikes. Do not mention that they're simulcasting us. If someone comes into our streams and says that, oh, Jamie's simulcasting you, block them and ignore them. Do not give them any attention. Do not feed the trolls at all. Starve them out. It's the only way it's going to stop. Starve them out. I accidentally bought the full version of StreamYard. I'm stuck with that. You can cancel it. I don't have to pay for the full version because I use OBS and I incorporate it into OBS. And because I don't broadcast from StreamYard, I can bring people on the StreamYard panel for a limited amount of time. It's only when you broadcast through StreamYard that your free hours are depleted. But you know what? It is a good piece of software, and sometime down the road, I might pay for the full version just to support the creators on it. When I start making some more money, I'll probably do that. I like to support products that are good because it costs money to make them in time, right? And if I was in their shoes, I'd want to be supported too, so I get that. Yes, Master, I will starve the trolls. Bruce, you're being ridiculous right now, bro. Now you're kind of trolling, dude. Now you're trolling, bro. That Yes, Master stuff, cut that out, bro. Seriously. So, do you understand, Dream and everyone else, the rattlesnake analogy? Do you understand that? Give me a second here. Where was that at? Hold on a second here. All right, let's go back to the original background there that says, no hate. That's what my channel's about. No hate, okay? No hate. I don't want to deal with hateful people. I don't want to deal with people that aren't here to learn and better themselves. I want to keep things positive. This is a drama-free zone. I don't want any drama. You folks saw that video of myself and my ex Dana. And one of the comments was, "You look relaxed there, Eli." That's how I typically am. That's how I want my channel to be. And those are the types of people I want here that are open to learning and bettering themselves, right? Dream says, absolutely, coach. You don't like being called Messiah, Eli? Oh, GLM. If I had a woman like you in my life, I would have to put you in your place so many times. But you'd probably actually like that, so I wouldn't be able to win either way, so fuck it. Oh, well. God loves me. Good call. My bad, says Bruce. It's not a big deal, bro. I just, the sucking up, even as a joke, bro, it's not funny to me, dude. It says no ha. No ha? Well, the TE is covered by the chat. You see that? Right now it says no hate, right? You see that? No hate. I couldn't fit this in any differently based on the way the picture was made. No ha. No ha. It's all good. LOL, you tell her, Eli. SIF, yes, what's up, brother? GLM can't find a man if her life depended on it. No, she could. She just has to start acting a little more feminine and she'll get a man. I'm not telling her not to be a strong woman, but right now she's coming on way too strong and she's scaring off the dudes. She's a strong woman. She's been through a lot. I get it. We've all been through a lot, right? You see my ex, Dana? I mean, she could put me in my place too, but the way she did it was in a loving and caring way, right? Like she was very sweet about it, right? There's no man that wants to have a woman like be all dominant and controlling all the time. At times it's all good, but not all the time, right? Dana knew how to put me in my place, in a sweet and loving way, to the point of where I'm like, I can't argue that she's right, but she's not attacking me. She's just right. And that's what attracted me more to her. She knew how to keep me balanced, and I knew how to keep her balanced. We balance each other out. LOL, says Dream. No, she's strong. It's one thing to be a strong woman. It's another thing to be overly dominant to the point of where you repel men, right? You got to have a balance. Dream would love me to dominate him. Enough said. Well, people are saying that you're trying to get with Dream for his money, but I'm not buying it. I know it's a big joke. Ha ha ha. All right, folks, get your questions in. I'm going off the air in a few minutes. Dream, thank you for the $2 super chat earlier, or super sticker. I appreciate it, bro. It is 5:06 a.m. Eastern, 2:06 a.m. Pacific. Dream, I want to talk with you at some point. Maybe tomorrow if you're around. Did you get my text, Dream? Dream doesn't have any money. Listen, GLM, Dream, everyone else. You remember the group, the Beatles? What was one of their most famous songs? What was one of the most famous Beatles songs? Which one am I thinking? I'm going to give the chat a minute or two to figure it out. Hey, Calvin Clymer, welcome to the show. We're about to go off the air in a few, bro. Thank you for being here, man. I greatly appreciate it, bro. Dream, can you spot me $20? Hey, Dream, do you think I should moderate GLM here at some point? Do you think people would talk about that if I did that? We could. I haven't had GLM as a mod here in ages, but I think she's close to earning her mod wrench back. We'll have to talk about that privately, Dream. I'm going to leave that in Dream's hands, GLM. GLM will say, I don't want a mod wrench on your channel. I don't need a mod wrench. Just don't ban me. Bruce says, I dated a woman who at first was strong, but she became submissive when I dated her. You know why? Because you're being a man. You see, when a woman comes on a bit too strong, like when I first meet some women, they're testing your strength, right? They're coming at you, right? And they're looking to see how much are you willing to put up with. And with me, I'm like, look, you know, I'd love to see you again, but I'm not quite sure. And they're like, why? I said, well, I mean, you got to relax a little bit. Like you're coming at me like a bulldog. And they're like, well, what do you mean like a bulldog? I'm like, you know, you're behaving more masculine than feminine. And then quite frankly, it turns me off, you know? And they get kind of irritated by that. And I'm like, look, you know, I don't want to date a woman that behaves more masculine than feminine. So, you know, hey, the choice is yours. But I'm going to let you go. If you want to see me again, you can contact me, but I'm not expecting to hear from you, right? Then you walk away, right? You walk away and you forget about her, right? And what happens when you call them out sometimes like that? They think about it and they're like, man, this guy's a dude. He stood up to me, right? He's not fazed by the body part below my belt or on top of, below my head, right? Women are going to test your strength. That's what happened, Bruce. They're looking to see how manly you are. And they're looking to see if they're stronger than you or you're stronger than them. I'm talking about emotionally and mentally, right? But more so emotionally, right? And they're always going to test your strength. And whenever they post something like that, it's your job to say, hey, you know what? I enjoy spending time with you. And you know, I love you, but I'm not going to put up with that. I'm not going to date a masculine woman. You want to be a masculine woman, I'll let you go and leave that space open for you to find a feminized man that you feel you're going to have a better time with, right? Every time you call them out, it turns them on more. If they're attracted to you, it's going to turn them on more. Because you're being a man. You're not being rude, you're calling them out on exactly what they're doing, and they're testing you, right? I just discovered something that's a huge turn on. What's that, GLM? My voice doesn't sound like that. She's consistent, says Dream. Hunters killing a deer, skinning it, and butchering it. Oh my God, I'm in love. Because that's a real man. That's how men used to be back in the days when we had to hunt for our own food. Now everything is processed. Now we have big ranches and farms with machines and they do all that for us, right? But back in the days, GLM, the man had to go out there and bring home the bacon, right? And you as the lady with the kids at home were dependent on him bringing home that food for survival, right? Yeah, GLM can use her strength in a constructive way. GLM knows what's going on. When she's ready for a good guy to come into her life, she'll balance it out. She's not a dummy. For right now, she's going to have fun. I get that. I'm in the same boat. When I find the right one, like you saw with Dana, that's it. That's what I want. I want a relationship just like what you folks saw during my break in that video from my former channel with my ex. Let's go camping, GLM. Forest, tent, fun, hunting. I like to watch him hunt. It's the best. Because he's being a man. GLM, you're attracted to masculinity. You're not attracted to feminized beta males, GLM. You're attracted to masculinity. American Dream. If GLM would go on a date with you, would you take her on a date? Serious question. No joke. No laughing. No trolling. Oh, in all seriousness, if GLM wanted to go on a date with you, would you take her on a date? No joke. That was an awesome stream, Coach Eli. Or this was an awesome stream, Coach Eli. Well, thank you, Dream. Can we talk tomorrow? Or are you too busy? You going to give me a lame excuse, Dream, like you're too busy to talk? I'm happy I tuned in. Well, I'm happy you tuned in too, Dream. What about my other question? Dream, if GLM would go on a date with you, would you take her out? Serious question. Inquiring minds want to know. Waiting on you, Dream. So Darren's no longer there. Sorry, I missed. In case you watched the replay, Darren, I'm sorry that I missed your questions while you were watching earlier. Dream knows I'm not available. Oh, you got somebody, GLM? I'm not asking who it is. I know we're not going to dox. We can talk, says Dream. GLM, does Dream know you're not available in general or that you're not available for him? Because you don't see each other in that way. All right, folks. One last time here before I get on out of here. The title of this stream has been, your future participation with me depends on you watching this. You must starve the trolls. Your future participation with me depends on you watching this. You must starve the trolls. Plain and simple, folks. I hate to even say this, but I don't care. Whether you're a channel member, a moderator, or a consumer of content, it doesn't matter. Whether you donated money to me in the past or not, doesn't matter. I want no drama here. And whether you associate with these drama people on my channel or off my channel, on your channel or someone else's channel, if I see you doing that, it's over. I don't want to deal with people that want to continue feeding into these people. These people, when they can't get to me on my channel, they're going to try to get to the people I care for, which are you. And if you let them get to you and feed into them, then I got to let you go because I want nothing to do with that. If you understand that, we're going to be good and we can move forward. Eli, you have a good night. You have my undying loyalty, sir. That's great, Bruce. I appreciate it. If you're being serious, I appreciate it, bro. Thank you so much for being here and supporting the show. I appreciate it. Not available to anyone, not just Dream. So you're saying that you're living a single life and you don't want to date anyone. Or maybe you have a man, but you don't want to dox him. I mean, I'll tell you, when I get a new girl, I'm definitely not going to dox her, at least until I probably get 100 or 200K subs. Then if I bring her on and something happens, I'll have a YouTube rep to handle these people, right? Dream's my bud. He's good people. That's great. All right, folks. I'm going to get on out of here. Have yourselves a great night. I'll see you later today. Probably more of an evening stream, an earlier evening stream later today. Have a good one. Take care. Bye. Bye.